All right, guys, can we continue? Well, there were 12 of us. Now I am seeing 8. Guess the others are clicking the link. So we're just going to continue until they join us. All right. So we were talking about field and records, and based on your answers, I would think that everybody understood what those were. So let's go now to data type. What is a data type?
Data types define what type of data will be entered in each field.
Very good. Thank you, Tiara. So if you're typing in your name, Tiara, you say you're Tiara Simpson. What data type would that give you? Give ascribe to your name. Your name would be what data type based on the data types that we would have seen in the video.
Miss, can you repeat that question, please?
All right, so Tiara said that data type is the type of data that is given to the record, right? So I was asking now, say she types her name as Tiara Simpson, what data type would the database give to her name? What would be the data type for her name? Anybody remember from the video? Because the video showed us data types and what
Text.
would text. Very good. Thank you, Candice. So for her name, the data type would have been text because it's words. Very good. All right. So forms reports was not mentioned much in the video. Queries. Uh, queries was mentioned a little, but I'm going to share something else with you, which this is the notes, and I'm going to send it in the group, right? So the notes have everything that is in the video as well. Another name also for row is tuple. So it has 3 names, row, record, and tuple. You see. So let me go down to query and so on. So actually, you're listening, guys?
Yes, yes.
All right, so actually, the tables, queries, forms, and reports are called database objects, right? Or basically just components of the database. So a database can have tables, queries, forms, and reports, right? We're going to go in much more details on these when we start doing it on the computer. But the main one that we're going to start with, the main object we're going to begin with is tables. We're going to take them one at a time. We're going to learn about tables, then queries, then forms, then reports. All right. And already Alandre would have said that the table, or I don't remember if it was Alandre, but somebody told us during the discussion that tables were made up of rows and columns, and we know that the records are placed in the tables. All right. So a query, as the word suggests, query is basically searching for something or asking for something. So you're making a query. So query is when you search for particular data or information. So say for example, in our database that we spoke about earlier with our names and our addresses and so on, right? I could do a query to find out all the persons who were born in January. So say of the data, say of all of you that are in the database, all 2,500 students at Old Harbor High School would have been in the database, right? And I want specifically to take out only those students who were born in January for whatever reason, then I would do a query and the query would search the database and pick out those students. So we're going to learn how to do all of that. A form, as the name suggests, all of us must have filled out a form at some point in our life because we registered for school and so on. We have all been to the doctor and we had to fill out forms. So that's the form that it's talking about. It's just that it's an electronic form. So we're going to learn how to use database to create forms that can be filled out electronically. A report is basically like a summary of data, and we also learned this when we were doing Microsoft Excel. So we can use database to generate reports as well. So say the principal asks the registrar at the school, to generate a report of showing all the students who are on path, right? They could use database to generate this report. So in this report, it would show all the students' names and whether or not they are on path. Guys, you're following what I'm saying?
Yes, miss.
Yes, miss.
All right, so we're going to go in details about these as the time progresses, and we're going to start off with tables. Maybe not today, because today I'm just using the time to go through the information. So on Wednesday, if we're having class, as I said, I'm not sure if Wednesday is when the holiday begins. If Wednesday we're having class, then we'll start doing the practical where we're going to create our first table and so on. All right, so let's continue with the questions. All right. So the next question is provide 2 examples of data types. All right, so this question, this is not how I wanted to write this question. You know, this should have said provide 2 examples of, provide the name of 2 data types and examples of each. So you're going to tell me 2 data types and tell me an example of each of the data type that you tell me. For example, being that we spoke about this one already, Candice
Query.
Robinson. For example, let me tell you the example first. For example, data type text. I'm giving an example. Data type text. Example, Candice Robinson. All right. So I want for you to tell, and you can't tell me text again because I'll give you an example with text. So choose. There were about 8 data types shown to you in the video. So I want for you to tell me 2 data types and give an example of each. Haven't heard from Miss Shanae. Can we hear from Shanae? Shanae is still. All right. Shanae is in silent zone. What about Tevon? Tell me 1 data type, Tevon, and give me an example.
Numbers.
Yes, very good. Tell us an example.
So I want to find out like
No, man, just give me an example, man. You said the data type is number, so just tell me an example.
it's 33.
Very good. All right. Thank you, Tevon. Somebody else know? Give me another. All right. Since everybody is not coming forward, so I need somebody else to just tell me 1 and an example. So numbers and text are already taken. So another one.
It's date and time.
Date and time. Okay. Yes. Alandre, example.
May 4, 2020,
Thank you, Alandre.
5:15.
All right. Well, it says date. Not the date. The data type is actually called date or time.
Yeah.
So it doesn't have to include both of them. So once you're typing something that has the date or the time or even both, you use date or time. All right. So very
Okay,
good.
miss.
Yes, Roshane. Roshane, you've unmuted your mic, so I assume you want to speak. All right. No. Kevo, you're very quiet today. Not that I'm complaining. Shanoy, nothing from Shanoy. Candice,
Yes and no.
good. So Candice
Like
data type is yes or no? Yes.
employed slash unemployed. Employed.
Very
So
good.
that's what I said.
Very good. I like your example, Candice. Come on. Why you have to be calling names? And some of you not even saying anything when I call your name. Tiara,
Miss,
Mm-hmm.
Miss, me never did hear question.
Data type. Tell us a data type and give us an example.
Currency,
Yes.
like the dollar sign or something. I like
Come on, just tell me a figure. Because currency has to do with money, right? So an example would just be a monetary value.
mm,
So you could just say $100
yes, miss.
for your example. Understand?
Yes, miss.
Okay, very good. Kimon, ni, Miss Carty. Not hearing from Kimon. All right, so guys, you provided most of the data types. I didn't hear anybody. Did I hear anybody? Well, I think we've provided most of them. Only that hyperlink, that would be a link like to a website or so. Object, that would be like a picture. If you want to add a picture, you would use the data type object. I think we've covered all of them basically.
And attachment.
Attachment, thank you, Candice. The attachment is just like when you're sending an email and you attach a file. Attachment will be used if you want to attach something to the database. All right, guys. So when we start typing up our tables on Wednesday, if we have class, then you will see how that part of the database looks when we are typing in our records and how we set our data types based on the type of data that we want to be in that record. All right, next question. What is another name for a record?
Row.
Row, very good. And the last question, what is another name for field?
Column.
Column, very good. By the way, which direction does a row go and which direction does a column go? Come guys. We did tables in Microsoft Word, we did tables in Excel, and now we're seeing tables again. So you shouldn't take some.
Rows go horizontal, column go vertical.
All right. So Keva, you were overshadowed by Candice. So rows go horizontal and columns go vertical. So in layman terms, row goes across and columns go down. Okay. All right. So we're not going to start typing up anything today. What I'm going to do is allow you to view the rest of the video. So the rest of the video is basically showing how to, you're seeing the video now?
Yes, miss.
I'm not playing it, but you're seeing it?
Yes, miss.
All right, so the rest of the video is basically showing how we're going to be using Microsoft Access. So it's going to show us how to open Microsoft Access, what to expect, and how we will create the table. So you're going to just watch this. I'm just going to let it play, and then we'll stop there for today. And then when we meet again, please, guys, I know not everybody has a device, but can you, maybe if your neighbor have one, or your friend or your cousin or somebody, just borrow for the 1 hour, please, and make sure you take care of the person's device so that you can have it, because it's best if you have a device that you can actually follow with. All right, so I'm just going to play the rest of this. Watch it and see, and so you'll know what to expect on Wednesday when we're doing it, and then we'll stop there for today.
Click Microsoft Access 2007. You use Windows to interact with Access. To begin, start Access 2007. Your screen will look similar to the one shown here. On entering Access, you are presented with a screen showing available templates, which have been designed to help you create your own databases. You can either choose blank database from the available templates or any other form of database from.
Alright, so when we go in Microsoft Access, we click Microsoft Access, and this is how it will come up showing up. So it will come up like this on our screen, and then we'll click blank database in order to begin. But it has other templates, but normally we'll start from scratch, so we'll click blank database.
Office.com templates. Once the new database is created, the following main access screen will appear.
So this is how when you click blank database, it's going to take us to where we name our database, and then it will come up like this. Notice here, I'm not sure if you can see it properly, it's saying table 1. So table 1 is the default name for the table, and it always comes up like this. Once you enter the access tool, it comes up like this, table 1. All right, and you notice it has row. Right now it just has 2 rows, 2 columns.
Parts of Access screen. The following parts will be appeared on the screen. The title bar. The title bar is located
Right
at the
here.
top in the center of the Access window. The title bar displays the name of the database on which you are currently working. The ribbon. The following tabs will appear on the top ribbon.
The
Home
ribbon.
controls changing of fonts, performing queries, copy, paste, cut data, etc. Create controls creation of tables, forms, reports, etc. External data controls loading data from other data sources into MS Access. Database tools helps manage databases, security, switchboard, etc. Data sheet. These will appear when designing a new table, form, report, etc. Database objects. Tables. In Access, the data is stored in tables. A table is a set of columns and rows with each column referred to as a field. Each value in a field represents a single type of data. Each row of a table is referred to as a record. Queries. You use queries to retrieve specific data from your database and to answer questions about your data. For example, you can use a query to find the names of the employees in your database who live in a particular state. Forms. Forms give you the ability to choose the format and arrangement of fields. You can use a form to enter, edit, and display data. Reports. Reports organize or summarize your data so that you can print it or view it on screen. You often use reports when you want to analyze your data or present your data to others. Creating a table. In Access 2007, the Create New Table tab should already be highlighted and a new table named Table 1 created. If this is not the case, click on the Home tab and click on the View command in the View group. Then pull down the View menu and choose Design View. A Save As dialog box appears. Enter the table name and click the OK button. The saved table will open in the table design. Fill in the field name, data type, and description for each column field.
So this is showing how you would create a table for students, and it's showing student ID, first name, last name, street address, state, and zip. So it tells you that you go in the Home tab, or no, it's the Create tab, you select table, and it will automatically come up, and you will type in your field name and select the data type. Notice student ID is the data type number, first name is text, last name is text, the street is text, the state is text, the zip code would be a number. Well, we don't use state and zip, but you know, this is Americanized, right? So this is just an example. The description is basically what will tell you what will go in each of these fields. But normally when we're doing it, we don't normally fill out the description part, as it is not really necessary.
The table. The student ID field has already been filled for your reference. Fill in the information for the fields as follows. Field name, data type, description, student ID, number, the unique identifier for a student, first name, text, the first name of the student, last name, text, the last name of the student, street address, text, the street address of the student, state, text, the home state of the student, zip, Number the zip code of the student. A figure showing the design view with the new table definitions field is given below. Viewing and adding data to a table. Data can be added, deleted, or modified in tables using a simple spreadsheet-like display. Viewing data. To view a single table's data, highlight the name of the table and then double-click on the name of the table. In this view of the student table, shown in the figure below, the fields columns appear across the top of the window, and the rows or records appear below. Added fields in a table. Adding data. To add data to the table, simply type in the values for each of the fields columns. Press the Tab key to move between fields within a record. Use the up and down arrow keys to move between records. And
So this is basically showing a table and the person has already typed in some records. Question though, I know this is kind of fine, but one question, because I want to see how well you understand the rows and columns. How many rows and how many columns would be in this table right here? How many rows and columns would be in this table?
5 rows and 5 columns.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. Try again.
7 column with it.
Miss, 6 rows and 6 columns.
Let me count.
Look like 7 to me. I can't see properly.
Alright, so there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 columns, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows. Alright, see that? Alright, I'm going to continue.
enter the data as given below. Saving a table. To save the new data, click the Office button and choose Save from the menu that appears. If you are saving the table for the first time, type a name for the table and click OK. Some more. You should decide on a naming convention for the objects in your database and use it consistently. Modifying data. To modify existing data, simply navigate to the record to be modified. Use the arrow keys and the delete or backspace keys to change the existing data. Deleting a record. To delete a record, first navigate to the record to be deleted. Then pull down the Delete button in the Records group in the Home tab and choose the Delete Record option. Tick the correct option.
That's basically, let's see if we can get these correctly. But before we do that though, so I know that maybe we will call it how to create the table and so on. But of course I'll be guiding you through it. So we'll do that in the next class. So let's see if we can get these correct. Number 1, MS Access is a
Database software.
right. Everybody agree?
Yes, please.
Dash is a collection of fields and records. Correct. In a database table, a category of information is called table, field, record, all of the above. Scholar, record is correct. What are the columns in a Microsoft Access table called? Come guys, we just went through this. Columns
Fields.
are called. Which one of whose background is white? Mute your microphones if you're not answering and your background is noisy, please. Which one of these is used to enter data in an access table? Oh, so you would have to be paying attention to how to create the table. Hey boy, please to turn off your video. Nobody wants to see you walking up and down. Thank you. Which one of these is used to enter data in an access table? So that means definitely next class I'm going to have to show you that part of the video again, or we have to go through it again. The answer is design view. What is wrong with Kevoy? Because Michelle say you're quiet. Design view. Alright, so that is basically the end of today's class. So we'll meet again. I'll tell you if we'll meet on Wednesday. I'm not sure when the Labor Day holiday begins. I don't remember if we normally get 2 days or 3 days or what it is. I'll wait for the bulletin from the Ministry of Education. Alright, guys. Continue to stay safe. It's good to see so many of you. There were 11 of us today. I hope that we continue, please, to encourage your friends to participate or at least go on the YouTube channel to watch the videos. Continue to stay safe, be on your best behavior, do your assigned tasks. I will see you when we meet again. All right, guys, take care. Bye-bye.
Yes, miss.